On the second day of the Stanford concert, JIMIN, JUNGKOOK, and Jin were doing flips during their performance. At that moment, JUNGKOOK mentioned that he had hurt himself a little while doing the move. Upon hearing this, JIMIN immediately approached him and said directly, "I'm so sorry, JUNGKOOK." This reaction from JIMIN shows how attentive he is to JUNGKOOK. It's clear that JIMIN is always mindful of how JUNGKOOK is feeling, putting aside what he was doing to focus solely on his well-being. This demonstrates the care and attention they have for each other as a couple on stage. The way JIMIN spoke to JUNGKOOK was very sincere. It's not something that happens by chance, it's a clear sign of the consideration JIMIN has for JUNGKOOK whenever something happens to him. Seeing this moment, the Jikook dynamic becomes perfectly clear. When one of them experiences discomfort, the other reacts immediately to make sure everything is alright. It's a direct example of how much they value their bond, prioritizing each other's well-being above all else on the show. These are the moments that make JIMIN and JUNGKOOK's relationship feel so special to us all. The way JIMIN apologized after the incident is a detail that truly sets their interaction apart. On the second day of the show at Stanford, we witnessed several significant moments from our couple. It was a day with fewer interactions because JIMIN and JUNGKOOK were also spending time with the other members of the group. Even so, we had the opportunity to see several things that confirmed their connection, such as the exchanges of glances and the small conversations they had with each other. These moments demonstrate that, even in a group setting with many things happening at once, they maintain their own direct and constant communication. Throughout the rest of the performance, we could see many smiles between JIMIN and JUNGKOOK. These exchanges were very clear and show how much they enjoy being close, even while fulfilling their responsibilities on stage. Seeing how they look at each other and how they talk during the show allows us to appreciate the strength of Jikook as a couple. Every small interaction we saw was a direct sign of how well they complement each other and how they share private moments within the group dynamic. We truly enjoyed every moment that Jikook gave us during this second day at Stanford. Now that the show is over, all that's left is to hope they both get some rest, because it's clear they deserve it after so much work on stage. This couple left us with vivid memories of their relationship through every detail and every glance they shared. Every time we see Jikook, we're reminded that their relationship is constant. During the song Please, specifically in the part that says "I'm on my knees, stay with me even on my worst day," it's clear that JIMIN and JUNGKOOK share a unique dynamic. They seek connection with each other through glances and smiles that occur while they're on stage. It's clear that even while performing, they both keep their attention focused on each other, confirming that they're always looking out for one another. What happens in this moment isn't a coincidence, but a series of actions that show how they function as a couple. JIMIN and JUNGKOOK take advantage of every moment of the song to interact directly. We can see how, even when the group's dynamic moves them around the stage, they manage to meet each other's eyes. These actions demonstrate that their desire to be together is real and that the connection between them is a recurring theme in every performance. These moments are clear signs of the relationship they maintain. Seeing how they seek each other out and how they smile makes it clear that their bond is their top priority. It doesn't take much interpretation to see that Jikook is present in every detail of the performance. During the performance of FYA, we witnessed a moment where JUNGKOOK positioned himself close to JIMIN's face. At that instant, JIMIN held the back of JUNGKOOK's neck, their faces pressed together. This gesture showcased the intensity of their chemistry as a couple. It was a direct action that transcended the typical interaction between bandmates, as the physical closeness and the way they held each other confirmed the level of trust and love between them. This moment was special because Jikook was so natural in front of everyone. You could feel their love in the way they stayed close, without any hesitation in their actions. It's clear that JUNGKOOK wants to be by JIMIN's side at all times, and this moment on stage was clear proof of that. The way they interacted demonstrated that they were comfortable as a couple and that their connection was strong enough to be openly displayed during the show. Seeing this moment in FYA made it clear that the relationship between JIMIN and JUNGKOOK was serious and real. This isn't an act, it's actions that confirm their bond. They demonstrate that they aren't afraid to show their feelings for each other. Every gesture, like holding the back of each other's necks or keeping their faces close, is a direct sign of their relationship. These are the moments that define Jikook and allow us to understand, with complete clarity, that their love is at the heart of everything they do. Although we all know that the members of BTS have shared many years of friendship, the dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook is distinct and very evident. Seeing them in the same position or performing the same song, you feel a completely different energy than what they display with the other members. These moments are unique and special because they occur exclusively when Jimin and Jungkook are together, making it clear that their interaction has a distinct nature. It's a connection that stands out on its own to anyone who watches their performances. The facts demonstrate that when they share a space, their attention to each other is total. It's this specific interaction that changes the dynamic when the two of them are together, marking a clear separation from any other relationship within the group. Watching them, it's evident that every gesture they make when they're together stems from a bond that only they share. This isn't about assumptions, but about facts that can be clearly seen in each of their appearances on stage. In the end, the way they interact confirms that there is something special between them. The way they focus on each other makes everything else fade into the background. For those of us who follow Jikook, it's clear that their relationship is central to their interactions. This connection is direct and evident in every detail of their behavior, making it clear that their closeness is a fundamental element that defines how they interact when they're together in public. A recent event demonstrating Jikook's closeness occurred with a social media video. After Jimin liked a reel, Jungkook also liked and shared the same video. While some might consider it a minor detail, a closer look reveals a consistent alignment between them. These actions show how they naturally share the same interests, reaffirming that they are aware of what the other consumes and shares in their personal spaces. This kind of moment confirms that their harmony isn't limited to the stage but extends to their daily lives. When two people align so precisely in their digital interactions, it becomes clear that they maintain constant communication and harmony. This isn't an isolated coincidence, but rather a way for Jikook to keep their bond active and shared, demonstrating that they are always on the same wavelength, even through their social media activities. These gestures are clear signs of the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook. The way they align their tastes and share the same content is direct proof of their closeness. This makes it clear that their lives offstage follow the same harmonious path. For those of us who follow Jikook, these kinds of details confirm that their connection is deep, stable, and reflected in everything they do, both in public and in their private lives. When Jimin and Jungkook are near each other, it's clear they're very comfortable. You can see how Jimin often walks right next to Jungkook, never leaving his side. Their bodies move in sync as they walk through hallways or wait somewhere. It's obvious they spend a lot of time together because their steps are the same and they never bump into each other. When they sit, they always try to stay next to each other, maintaining that closeness that gives them a lot of security. Many people who see them notice that they treat each other with great confidence and ease at all times. They don't need to do anything special to show they get along well, as their way of being together reflects it completely. It's a bond that feels very solid and constant in every activity they do daily. The height difference between them makes their image together very easy to recognize. Jungkook is a bit taller and has a larger presence, while Jimin has a more agile way of moving. When they pose for a photo or to talk, Jungkook usually makes sure to maintain some space around Jimin so he feels comfortable. This physical difference means that when they stand together, they form a visually appealing couple. Many people comment on how much they care for each other, always checking that the other is okay. This habit of looking out for one another is one of the easiest things to notice in their videos. It's a sign of mutual respect that they always maintain, no matter how many people are present. The way they spend their time is based on a very simple, easily understood understanding. When they're in an interview or at an event, it's common to see them glancing at each other to confirm something before speaking. If one of them laughs, the other almost always responds with a smile or leans in to share the moment. Many people see this as a sign that they have shared many experiences after so many years of working together. There's no need to look for complicated details, their actions are straightforward and show that they enjoy each other's company anywhere. This way of interacting is constant and is repeated in almost every video where they appear together. It's a clear sign that their relationship is an absolute priority for both of them during their day. The rhythm of their movements is another detail that catches the attention of those who follow their careers. They have a way of coordinating that seems honed through years of sharing the same spaces. When they move to change places, one usually follows the other's direction almost automatically, without needing to give instructions. This fluidity makes everything they do together seem very simple and orderly to any young observer. Many people enjoy watching this coordination because it demonstrates that they understand each other very well. It's a form of silent communication that occurs constantly when they share the same stage or space. This synchronicity is a direct result of all the time they've spent working together and sharing their daily lives. The peace they exude when they're together is something many people deeply value. When they're side by side, their faces reflect tranquility and well-being, making the atmosphere around them more pleasant. Jimin tends to be more relaxed when Jungkook is near, and Jungkook demonstrates a more patient and attentive attitude when spending time with Jimin. It's a relationship built on respect and the constant presence of one another for a sense of security. Many people see them as an example of what a close relationship should be, based on calm and unconditional support. This helps make the message they convey positive and easy for anyone who sees their content to understand. It feels like a bond that provides stability to both of them in their lives.